Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Holly, psychic medium. I am predominantly an energy reader, but this is a general reading, so please understand that. This is a general reading. Take what resonates. If none of it resonates, then if you want to just be entertained, hopefully be entertained. And maybe this might, and I have found that sometimes, and I try to mention it if I feel like it's specifically the case, sometimes I think the information may not be for someone who's watching, but someone that you know. So there is that as well. Or it could just be not for you at all. Anyway, so I like to use cards, both Oracle and Tarot, as a jumping up point. And let's get started. So I tuned into what is, and yes, the allergies are bad. My throat's still scratchy and weird, but at least I'm not, yeah. Yes. I was not in a happy, or I did not feel well when I made that video, the last video. So anyway, it is, the vibe. Okay. Still a little distracted. So the vibe for today, the vibe for Wednesday, I wanted to tap in and get really specific because I did feel a difference, not the typical energy of come from a place of love or be happy or whatever, or take the adventure or trust the process. Those come up a lot. This time it said, and this is when I specifically ask, what is the vibe for the day, for this reading, for the collective to hear, and help me to find the right mug to use to kind of celebrate that vibe and that energy. And they said whimsy. Look for the whimsy in things. And it's going to be a whimsical kind of day. And I thought, well, I'm all right with that. So I got my unicorn cup. It's literally, it's not a mug, it's a cup and saucer. It was a gift. And it doesn't get more whimsical than a unicorn. And I even, since it is a teacup and not a mug, I got out my little teapot. I'm having coffee, granted, but it's the right size. So what I'm getting from that, and I'm asking Spirit to step in, because I feel like the cards are truly going to be a jumping off point today. I feel like for this entire month, the messages are going to start just coming in really loud and frequently. Don't underestimate who you are and the gifts you have. You are a unicorn. You are the unicorn, okay, in your own life and for someone else, both from a professional standpoint, a personal standpoint, whatever it might be. Understand that you give a lot, so you should start expecting more from the people around you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a work situation, friendships, or romance, family, kids, whatever. People can do more if you give them the opportunity to do more. Now, some of them will go kicking and screaming and want you to do everything for them. But that's the message for someone about this particular, don't underestimate yourself version of it, which is kind of getting a little bit away from the word whimsy, and whimsical, but it's still important for someone to hear. Set the expectation, set the bar higher, make others do more work instead of you doing all the work. Learn how to delegate. Okay? Yeah. If you've got an 18-year-old who's getting ready to go away to college, and this kid doesn't know how to do laundry, you got a problem. Okay? So, and I know I get the argument, they've got the rest of their lives to do laundry. Why should they do it now? Well, no, they'll just expect someone else to do it for them the rest of their lives. So just understand, you get to delegate some responsibilities, okay? Now let's get back to the whimsical part of it. What is the whimsical part? No, not the light seers. Okay, I thought we were going to use the light seers, but apparently not. The whimsical part of it is if you enjoy working with crystals or rocks or stones, whether precious, semi-precious, or a rock you find in the yard, a pebble, whatever, great. Do something like that. Do something where you are herb crafting, where you're making tinctures and getting your herbal medicine cabinet ready for autumn and winter, if that's the case. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, maybe you're getting some of your ointments ready for when the bugs come out for summer, or spring. Maybe you need to just start canning and preserving and putting away food because we're getting ready to go into what are called the darker months. Whatever it is, I know that sounds like work, but there's a certain amount of loving energy and the act of creation happening when you do that. Well, I just got way off track, and okay, so let me get a little sip here, and then we'll pull some cards and see if we can get something a little more specific. Energy is just, it's not chaotic. It's not that awful chaotic energy that we had in August. It is, however, it feels jumbled. It feels a little jumbled and jumpy. Of course, we are still in that week of kind of letting go of the old to make room for the new and shifting gears, and that's a hard transition. But I do feel like that there's going to be, what was it in the last reading? It was Friday. Yeah, Thursday is when you're going to have that moment of, oh, I know what I want to do. I know where I'm going. I know what's happening. It's clear now. And then Friday, oh, I remember now. That's when the foundation has been dug out for the house. You've laid the cement down, or the concrete blocks, whatever it is. You put your foundation down and you're getting ready to build up your beautiful new home. Because this feels like it's a place you're going to that you're going to consider home, whether it is a literal new home, and that's what's coming in Friday. The idea, the awareness, and the motivation to say, I'm doing it now. I'm getting myself ready, my ducks in a row. I'm doing this now. If you didn't watch that one, sorry, it's a little jumbled. But if you get toward the middle end of it, that's when I started, I think, talking about this stuff and about timelines. So, yeah, mid-work week. Yeah. It's getting close to resolution, whatever it is. Whatever's going on, it's coming close to an answer. You're getting close to an answer, okay? All right, so let's get into the tarot. We are going to do the Pulp Fiction. So these are usually pretty strong and direct messages. All right. They said, look at the bottom. Huh. The devil's on the bottom. All right. They're saying, don't be worried. It's not anything bad. It's simply a caution to be careful of setting what habits you set during this time period. So be mindful of the habits you create or that you are trying to release, both positive and negative habits, because if you wait until after September, it's going to be harder to change your habits, okay? All right, so now, that's just a little aside, a little message on the periphery there. All right, so, Creator of all things, all that is, please come into this reading. Archangels, Ascended Masters, Spirit Guides, and Guardians, come into this reading. Okay. Help me to understand what you want me to say and how to say it for the greatest clarity, so I'm not so jumpy all over the place. Could you give us some direction about what is coming to a resolution or what will be resolved or answered so that we will have clarity as a collective? Now, again, this can't be for everyone, but what is the dominant energy for the collective What area of life? And if it's more than one, please make that clear, because I think it's going to be in more than one area of people's lives, depending on how this reading comes to you. Okay. And I opened up here, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, and I was thinking work. So for some of you, it's going to be a work situation. So for some of you, it will definitely be a work and career situation. It's going to be coming together with people and in a community where you will be compensated for your work, but you are going to have a greater level of satisfaction and respect through your work. Okay? All right. So another little aside message. That's what I mean. There's going to be a whole lot of just kind of random jumping in messages. All right. But let's see, because maybe that will apply. What is going to be, what is the reading? What are the messages for the dominant part of the collective? Oh, come on. I know. This is about as jumbled as my thoughts. Okay, this is truly, I just had a third of the deck just fall down. Let's start over. Okay. Telling you, it's that jumbled energy and just going everywhere. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. So maybe that's a message to me to center and clarify. Now, one that did come up earlier kind of flipped over. The Knight of Pentacles. All right, so let's see what we've got here. What else about the Knight of Pentacles for the collective? What else about the Knight of Pentacles for the collective? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. And these cards are big, so I have to put them down and straighten them up and then regroup. All right. I feel like we've got two different stories. I feel like these are the beginnings of two different outcomes or readings. So I think they are. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put one on the top, one on the bottom, and then we're going to read them out that way because I feel like these are two separate. These are not necessarily related. I feel like we've got two different situations because I asked for different situations for the collective. So what information is going to be revealed to bring you into clarity about what kind of foundation you want to pour for yourself? So the first reading will be based on this, the Knight of Pentacles. This knight has always looked like a king to me, but you know, he also has a little bit of that confirmed bachelor, Humphrey Bogart kind of, although he does always end up with the lady in the end, and he was married. I believe he was married to the love of his life, and he, and all of that. Lauren Bacall. But anyway, so, but still, maybe a little bit of a confirmed bachelor attitude in here. Or I'm also hearing, this could also be about work. So it could be a boss, male or female. Gender is irrelevant. It could be somebody who is a supervisor, a boss, a CEO, a CFO. This could be someone who is in a position of authority at work. It could also represent not a person, but this might also represent, I feel like in this reading, it might also represent a corporation or a business. All right. Reading 2. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So he's got this woman in the background. And yes, she is a nude model, but she's got all the bits and pieces covered up, so I don't need to cover her up. But if it makes everybody feel better, there we go. I know you all don't care, but, you know. Don't know about YouTube. So anyway. So the Eight of Pentacles. So there's an artist painting this woman, but all he's doing is painting pentacles. Oh. Okay, thank you. because I asked, okay, usually the Eight of Pentacles is not getting such a negative, quite such a negative. I mean, making choices and stuff like that, and harvest coming, leading into later, whatever. But I just got that someone is more concerned about money than people around them. Huh. Okay. And again, male or female, it doesn't matter with either of these. You switch it, whatever you want to do. Okay. So someone is more concerned about, instead of the purpose for the work or the creativity or the love of the art form, or if this is someone who's posing for him, I feel like there are lopsided emotions going on. So I feel like this card represents lopsided, and this would be different the next time I look at it in a reading. But I feel like it's lopsided emotions and someone who is way too concerned about their financial wellness. Okay. All right, well, let's see where that's going. Let's look. Okay, I am intentionally going to use the Unfolding Path, and this is where I was drawn, so, but I'm also going to have to look at that Lenormand deck, because I want a little bit more of a gentle energy, because so far these starting out are not the most pleasant cards right now, or the way I'm reading them are not the most pleasant cards, but that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm being told. So all that is, creator of all things, mother, father, well, okay, spirit guides and guardians, beloved elementals, higher selves. For reading 1, the Knight of Pentacles. Come into this space, come into this reading, help me to understand and hear the messages. What do you want, whomever this applies to, what do you want someone to know about this confirmed bachelor, or about this corporation, job, place of business, authority figure? What is it? Okay. We got a lot of coins coming up. 6 of coins. Huh. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. All right. And we got 2 more. We have the Emperor, and we have the 3 of Swords. Okay. All right. We'll do the second reading in just a minute. I'm running out of space on my little table here. Let's do the, it's kind of rubbed off. Let's do the Thelema Lenormand deck, and let's finish out this top reading that started with the Knight of Pentacles with this deck. All right. I feel like someone's about to get ready. If just initially what I'm getting and what I'm feeling is that if someone doesn't step it up and stop living in the past, they're going to miss out on what could be ultimate fulfillment and elevation of self. They're going to miss out on that. They're going to miss their window of opportunity and be heartbroken. That's what I'm getting. There's an opportunity for scales to be balanced. There's an opportunity. But whether they go into the mode of Emperor from a Knight. Oh, okay. This one didn't jump out, but it just, I couldn't move my, anyway, it was interesting how it came out. This is card 14, and it's the Fox. So what I feel like that is telling me, all right, the sad thing about it, I don't think this person realizes they're about to have a broken heart, because they think they're so slick and cunning that they can always get what they want. They can always work their way around something, but that's not true. Now, I'm specifically not using genders here or saying, even though Emperor, it could be Emperor or Empress. the knight could be a male or female. It really doesn't matter. But you've got a knight of coins, you have the 6 of coins, you have an emperor, you have the 3 of swords, and a fox in the Lenormand. One more card. Is this person, what if this person figures it out? What if this person figures it out and realizes that they do have the power to change things? Ultimate loyalty. They could have the ultimate loyalty in a work situation. I don't feel like it's a work situation so much any longer, but I do feel like, yeah, this feels like with friends, family, matters of the heart, and it doesn't have to be the romantic heart. It could be with children, or again, children, friends, extended family. It doesn't matter. It could be a romantic partner, of course, or a marriage, but someone's about to lose everything emotionally, and this is what the outcome could be. But instead, if something doesn't change, that knight will never be an emperor, because he's going to have, or she is going to have, a broken heart, because they just won't stop playing games. And that's what this feels like. It feels like not wanting to, and it has something to do with balancing the scales, and this balancing and giving back, looking at the past with regret, but instead of becoming the emperor, standing in authority and power, making changes that will lead to this place of ultimate fidelity and loyalty. Instead, they're not going to be willing to give up their wily ways. They still want to be, there's a phrase called the big I am. Yeah, this is someone who is, they don't realize how close they are to losing everything and having an entirely broken heart that is entirely avoidable. All right. Okay, that's a hard message. That's kind of an unpleasant message, I'll be honest. So if you're with someone who, oh, I get it. So for some of you, it's going to be someone who refuses to grow up, someone who is an eternal Peter Pan. And this could be someone in his 40s even. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be someone in their 40-ish region. But it's definitely somebody who's moving on up into adulthood. Yeah, but they refuse to grow up. So either that person's going to have to grow up, take on a little more responsibility, and in the end, they have a choice of either having loyalty or being slick, sly, and always looking over their shoulder. So it's up to them what they choose to do. Okay, I'm going to put those 2 cards back in this deck, and I'm going to take, yeah, we're going to start over again. We're going to start with the next card that was from the Pulp Tarot that was the second reading, and this one is the 8 of Pentacles. This one was the guy who was, again, more concerned about, or woman, it truly does not matter, more concerned about money and what they have or don't have. Not so much that even. I think they do well, because this person's got a lot of finished art products or pieces on the wall, but it's all revolving around money. So I have a feeling when he looks at his artwork, he doesn't think about the model, and he doesn't even paint the model. He's thinking about the price tag on the piece of art. So what do we have to say about this artist? I'm just going to say the artist, because again, male or female, it doesn't matter. What is the message that the collective needs to know about for this artist? Well, okie dokie. I'll look at those in just a second. Let's keep on going. They definitely were jumpers. They flew way out. Way, way, way out. This one turned sideways. I don't know what's going on with that, but I feel like we need to take it in this one. Okay. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. There is the potential for celebration. Again, the issue of with the dog in the last reading with fidelity, that can also mean infidelity, but I feel like in this instance, because this is more about money than people, the Three of Cups in this instance, I feel like is, depending on how this reading turns out, whomever is involved could have a lovely celebration, okay? All right, so we've got the Artist here. We have Queen of Cups. We have the Hanged Man, who also looks like a Cirque du Soleil performer. So there's a lot of creativity and a lot of creative energy and vibes in this. And then we have the, what is that? Nine of Wands. So we've got the Nine of Wands, and she is waving that energy around and creating a circle. Like if you do this, it changes the energy around you. You can feel it. Okay. A little side note. All right, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles again. That can't be right. We've got the Eight of Pentacles there. What is this? What is that? Hold on. Oh, I'm such a goofball. I'm like, this is the Eight of Pentacles. I read that right. And I'm like, how can you have two Eight of Pentacles in the same deck? Hello, they're two different decks. Just me, you all. It's all me. Okay. I take full responsibility. All right. So we've got Eight of Pentacles from one deck, and then we have the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man or Hanged Person, the Nine of Wands, which in this case kind of has a magician energy. Okay. Like creating something out of nothing, like alchemy, that kind of. And then the Eight of Pentacles from a different deck. Now notice the difference in these two Eight of Pentacles though. This one is turning inward and getting ready to work on her craft, her abilities. She is stretching before going into the dance studio. It's you rely on your partners if you're in a duet, but pretty much you have to be able to carry it on your own. You have to be good enough on your own. This and people don't dance for the money. Okay, most people are not artists for the money, but you know, there is the potential, depending on what they do, to make a lot more than a dancer. So this person is not concerned about the money aspect. This person is only concerned about the money aspect. And that's just the way I'm reading it this time. So what we have in the middle is a Queen of Cups. Now, Queen or King, again, gender doesn't matter. But this is someone who has so much nurturing to give. This is a nurturing person. I think I understand that Three of Cups now too. It's the potential for celebration. This feels like a slightly different take on the first reading, where it was just that person alone about to screw up, trying to be too slick and being the confirmed bachelor or bachelorette. This one, it feels like if this person doesn't, if this Eight of Pentacles, if that artist doesn't get it together soon, this person with all this nurturing, loving energy to give, there's going to be someone else coming in. There's going to be someone coming in who's going to look at things from a different perspective, try to show things to this nurturing cup person or cup royalty, things from a different perspective, and try to weave a little bit. It could even be manipulation, so be careful. But I don't know if either one of these are the right person, because you've got someone who's only worried about money, 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 and not, how it's affecting everyone around them. But then this person either is trying to cast a net to bring in this person and get that Queen of Cups away from the artist, or they're just using manipulation and lies. Let's get some clarification on that. So between person 1 and 2, we know 1, that person doesn't see anything but him or herself and how much they think they can make. So that person is already, I'm not even going to entertain the idea, because I think they're just too far gone to not even realize that they might be hurting people, I'm hearing ill-gotten gains. Okay, so whatever they're doing, it's all about them. So let's find out what's going on with this person, because I feel like this is the person in the collective watching, or this could be the person in the collective watching. So if you've got something more to offer, you better offer it up, because somebody else is going to step in. That's what I want to ask about. So who is this other person? Who is stepping in? Who is stepping in as the Hanged Man and this either manipulator or magician type energy with these wands? Almost like circling and circling and making you so dizzy you can't even see clearly. So let's see, who is that? And let's use the Lenormand. So, creator of all things, spirit guides and guardians, help the collective to understand, what do they need to know about this 9 of Wands person? Who do they need to know about this master of weaving energy and or manipulation? What do they need to know about this person? Is it just that I'm reading that a little harshly, or is that who they really are? Help us to understand that, please. Look at the bottom. No, I don't think that's a manipulator. I think that's someone who is just trying to build a nest and wants a home with that Queen of Cups. Take the one, should I take the one off the top? Not yet. Look in the middle. Yeah. There's separation, isolation, and that person is trying to create that circle of energy to bring in, sort of like a lassoing in, like the round nest, and create a home. Huh. Interesting. Okay. There is some chatter, though, because this was on the bottom. There is some chatter. There are some people who... Oh, I see. I got the manipulation first, because there are people who may try to convince you that that's not what's in your best interest. Now take the one off the top. So that person is serious. That is coming full circle. That is commitment. That, yeah. So it's not a manipulation, even if people try to get you to believe it is. There could be a little jealousy on their part. This first person, the artist, who never comes through for you and is more concerned about amassing money than relationships of cohesion and wellness. Well, this Queen of Cups, and I'm just going to use those genders because that's what's on the cards and helps me to make sense of things, but it could be anyone. It could be reversed. It could be, again, the genders are completely irrelevant. But this Queen of Cups is going to walk away from the artist. If if she hasn't already, gaining a new perspective. There is someone coming in who's going to bring a whole different vibe and energy, and they are coming together to truly choose and start reaping a harvest of, they've made their choice, is what that means. That second Eight of Cups, they've made their choice. And they want hearth, they want home, they want community, they want togetherness, they want to come full circle. That's nice. Well, that's much better than the first one. Well, it's much better than the reading about the artist, and much better than that first reading in general. Okay. All right. Geez, man, these readings are, they're difficult. They're difficult. They're difficult. All right. Let's get, which one? Inner Child. No, this one. Angels and Auras. Okay. Because those were really heavy. So I want to try to get, well, let me get a drink first. Hold on. Okay. So let's get just an ending vibe message from the Angels and Auras deck, because I think we need it. We need to be able to pull this together. So that could be 2 different readings for different parts of the collective, the ones we just did, or it almost feels like it kind of flows together after all. So I do feel maybe it's different time periods. I don't know. Different aspects. Maybe you could separate job and work instead of relationships, but I feel like one may have been about family and one more about the heart. And they're both heart related. You know what I mean. One was about family and friendships, and the second one was more about romance. All right, so for the collective, what is the dominant message to round this out and close this reading for today? Wednesday, shoot, got a lot going on. All right. How nice. I'm going to take this. I'm not looking at one more card. Oh, they said one more, the one on the top. Aw, Archangel Haniel. So maybe call on Archangel Haniel. And also, that's someone who is very intuitive, psychic, and handles, along with Jophael, but in a softer way, I think. But Haniel is definitely an archangel that is interested in affairs of the heart and matters of home and family and that kind of thing. So she's a good one to call on for all these issues. But this one is, you're ready. You can take the training wheels off. You know enough about your own abilities, your discernment, how to read people and situations. Trust what you are getting and trust that it is the truth. If you are uncomfortable with someone, think about why that is and be truthful with yourself. But you're ready. You're ready to embark on your life and a wonderful adventure. Okay, so you are a unicorn. Be a unicorn. All right. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We shall see what the energy will be on Thursday. I don't even want to think about that yet. We just got to get through Wednesday, I think. All right. Be well, take care, and you are absolutely ready. Bye-bye.